Alright, let's make it the last Rockbusters then. This is the last Rockbusters.
Well, it depends. This is okay. This is just if it's good, you get a reprieve. It's all about this. Okay.
Okay.
Go on then. Let's do Rockbusters then.
Oh, we're doing it now.
Should we play a record and do it after that?
Do it after. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the prizes, and then we'll come back with the clues.
Because I've dug up that REM track.
Excellent.
So it's an interactive show.
Okay, we've got the best summer holiday album ever. What we've got on there, it's got Elvis versus Junkie XL, that's brilliant. Holly Valance is on there.
Yeah.
Laz Ketchup, it's all the stuff that the XFM listener is craving. A tribute to the Ramones album, we got, Red Hot Chili Peppers are on there, Metallica. Street Legal from Bob Dylan, that's nice.
Brilliant.
Did you just buy that in the 4 for £20 from HMV deal? Fair enough. Once again,
a good album.
The Talons of Weng Chiang, a Doctor Who classic. Yeah. And there's something for the XFM listener, 8 Mile on DVD.
I thought that was nice, that film. That was the last bit was funny. It's a good film.
Some good rap-offs in that as well. Yeah. So let's play a tune and then we'll come back with the Rockbusters clues.
REM, go on. Give it to him. REM, Electrolyte, on XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. I walk down Oxford Street every day to go to the office, and it is like running the gauntlet in Gladiator. It's not only is it just like, you know, you have to dodge people and they're dawdling or rushing or, you know, keeping into the road to get past some people but avoiding taxis, but it's like hands everywhere, like leaflets. I don't know, there must be 1 million leaflets given out. It's all
mobile phones, sandwich shops.
Teach yourself English.
Yeah. Teach other people English.
I know, and those charity people, Centre for Alzheimer's, and I've been caught about 6 times where I couldn't say no. I've got about 8 standing orders now because I just couldn't say no when they confront you. Yeah. Which is, you know,
it's amazing how often I'm on the way to a meeting. I'm always on the way to a meeting, and then I always feel guilty if I walk past them again 2 minutes later with a HMV bag.
Yeah, full.
Yeah, exactly, crammed with bargains.
I know, yeah.
No, it's absolutely weird. They're like zombies. It's like you're fighting them off. You need a flaming torch to get past them. Or if it's not them, it's tourists. Just constantly, you know, excuse me, can you take my photo outside HMV? Or outside Topshop?
That doesn't happen to me.
Oh, okay, always seem to have tourists. Just in the way, just kind of dawdling, you know, looking up at the buildings.
I walk so fast, I put my head down and I just try and walk so fast everywhere now, because it's, but Oxford Street is just, it's unbelievable now, and I think it's age that I've started noticing, even if the window's open and I hear just like cars and they're on the mobile phone, it's the loudest place in the world. Yeah. I don't know what we can do.
Well, isn't it one of the busiest streets in, is it either the world?
The universe?
It is mental.
I think if we carpeted it, and put some curtains up, it would just deaden. It's like pubs with those polished floors and metal tables, and everyone's having to talk like that to be heard. The jukebox is quite loud, and I want to go, just turn everything down.
Yeah.
Let's put some carpet down, just talk quietly like this. Yeah. Put the music down a little bit. We'll have a good time.
I've never quite understood that impulse. I don't, again, if it's age, where you go in a club or a pub, as you say, and the music's just slightly too loud, so it just makes everything slightly tricky. It's slightly tricky to have a conversation.
But what annoys me is when it's for the amusement of the barman or barmaid. If they're bored, they're in a pub, they've got the music up, their music up, right, techno blaring, right, they've got a telly on, watching a soap opera, and I want to go, choose one or the other! Yeah. I mean, what are you watching?
I got a minicab last night. I imagine you don't travel in minicabs, but the guy driving, one of those guys, I know he's driving a cab on a Friday night. Okay, no one wants to be doing that. And he had one of those phone, you know, the little earpieces that you put in, so it looks like they're talking to themselves. And he's there, and he goes, where are you going? I went, Crouch. He went, yeah. Well, and he's chatting on his mobile phone the whole time. His voice was so loud, he had the radio on as well, and he wasn't concentrating on the road. I just thought, look, I'm paying you £10 here to take me somewhere. Please, just stop chatting or arranging your social life for 2 minutes. Yeah. Get me to my destination safely, and then you can resume your conversation.
My favourite one is, I'm going to so-and-so terrace, please. Where's that? I want to go, right, you're not taking me then. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Exactly. I don't drive, I'm paying you.
That's why I'm paying you. That's got to be part of the service.
But, I mean, I know people who've been in many cabs, didn't know where I was, and didn't have an A to Z.
No, I was in East London once, I said to him, I'm going to North London. He went, where specifically? I went, Swiss Cottage. He went, sure. I said, do you know the way? He went, yeah. Set off. Along the way, he went, do you know the way? I said, I thought you knew. I said, have you not got an agency? He went, no. He was one of those guys who'd just taken his car out in the middle of the night. That was all he had. All he had, all his credentials were he had a car. No map, no torch. The 2 other things I'd bring with me. And he said, so we're driving along. He went, I could probably get you to Camden. I was like, okay. He went,
It's a start. I mean, that is the start.
Exactly. He went, do you know the way to Camden? I thought, pull over. It's not worth it. I'd rather hitchhike. I'd rather walk. Ludicrous. Those people who just go out.
Yeah, they're just gonna take a car out to earn a
Well, I bought a
fiver.
car.
Oh, have you ever done that?
No, well, I'm sick of living here.
Mm.
And you said about people hassling you.
When you say here, you mean the world, don't you?
No, just in London, who's doing me head in now. The other week, actually, walking home from here, and like you say, there's always someone hassling you, saying, do you want to buy this? Do you want one of these? Going down Carnaby Street, right?
There's your first mistake.
He said, you into meditation? So I was like, and I had a bit of time to kill, so I thought I'll have a chat, right?
Have you got time? Oh, we've never got time, we're too busy.
Yeah, I thought you were too busy.
Well, I said, what's all that then? What do you do? And he said, we teach you how to breathe. I was like, well, I'm 30. I think
Yeah.
I've done alright. And he sort of said, forget it.
Oh, forget it.
I'm 30.
And in Selfridges, they do, like Evian or whatever, that water company there. And they've got like little glasses of water. And you walk past and go, have you ever tried this? It's water.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go, we'll try it. You go, Jesus Christ, is that what water is? What have I been drinking then? You've been drinking piss and mud. Have I? I'll have a bottle.
Anyway, listen, Rockbusters.
Oh, come on then.
Let's get it done.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on then.
Right, so cryptic clues and initials, you work it out, it's a band and stuff.
Yeah.
Right,
Brilliant.
First one.
Bob Holness.
The first clue, the doctor said part of the foot and the leg was no good, so he took him off and he threw him away. That's the clue, the initials
Okay.
TB.
Okay.
TB, right? The doctor said part of the foot and the leg was no good, so he took them off and threw them away. Second one, the Scottish monster has got a bit of a tan. Right? The Scottish monster has got a bit of a tan.
Okay.
That's TD, right? And, the last one, well, the 60s singer had a heart attack whilst he was having it away. We won't be seeing him again. Right? And that's FNM. FNM. Well, the 60s singer's had a heart attack. He was having it away. We won't be seeing him again. Email in Ricky.Gervais.
Remember, this is to save Rockbusters. If people don't get this, right, it's no more. So you better, if you want this feature to stay, you better get the clues.
Right?
Good work, Carl. We'll give those clues again after the next tune. What are we playing?
Yeah.
Oh, you love it, don't you? You love it.
Good, it's a good stomping pop #1 rock.
The first clue was, the doctor said part of the foot and the leg was no good, so he took them off, he threw them away.
Yeah.
The initials TB.
Yeah.
Right?
Go on.
Tony Bennett. Alright, that's Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a warning. That's a yellow card. That is a yellow card, but you can still get the points.
Right. Right, the second one. That Scottish fella.
We've got to speed this show
No,
up.
hang on a minute, hang on. I've just got to make sure it's right. We don't want to look stupid. That Scottish monster has got a bit of a tan.
I don't think we can look stupid with material like this.
TD. That Scottish monster's got a bit of a tan. The answer there, the darkness.
I'll give you that.
Right. The 60s singer, he had a heart attack the other way whilst having it away. You won't be seeing him again. The initials FNM. That's Faith No More. Adam Faith.
Jane's Addiction, just because. I think things are rocking up.
They are indeed.
Rocking up in the land this year, Steve.
Yes, that's good news, I think.
Evanescence, them, The Darkness, rock-tastic. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, and Karl Pilkington of a Saturday.
Can I just say that the shaving your arse feature from earlier, if you missed that, that was 1:30. That was a discussion on shaving your arse.
Yeah.
It was great stuff. But that seems to have caught the public imagination.
Yeah.
We've had so many emails. We've had someone telling us exactly how to shave your arse.
Yeah.
So if you need that information, I can probably forward it to you.
Well, I think this will be the year of rock and arse.
Exactly. But it's extraordinary how, just a simple discussion like that you would think perhaps was crass, crude.
Mind you, our listeners do like Karl talking about monkeys.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like it's something to be proud of. It's not like we changed a nation or freed a people or found a cure for something. we hit them in their, you know, at their level with monkeys and arses.
Yeah, exactly.
It's what our listeners love.
Yeah, monkeys and arses.
Yeah.
We should put that on the poster.
And they go together, because I joined the zoo, last Sunday, went down and became friends of the zoo, right?
Oh right, I thought you had to sit in a cage for
and that thing happened. I went straight for the chimps,
Of course.
right? And there was sort of like 3 sort of big sort of adult ones there, and there's people with their kids, and I could see the people just putting their kids away as one of them went up and started pushing his face up the other one's arse.
Sure.
And it was sort of like, I just can't be bothered to explain this to my children.
Exactly.
So I wanted to just move my, oh, come on then, there's the lions, go and have a look at the lions.
Yeah.
What are they doing? They're just sniffing each other's asses.
Yeah.
Yes. What is science?
It's in everything, isn't it? Can't avoid science.
It's interesting because people who believe in God say that about God. He's in everything.
No, but this is like proper. This is, you know, if people want to believe in God, that's all right. But science is, without science, we wouldn't have any of this.
Well, it's almost the antithesis, isn't it? That if you believe in the magic of, you know, God and all his impossibilities and the illogical, and, you know, that's, science looks at hard empirical facts.
See, all that went right off my head. I'm into science. I'm into the weird science. You know, I like the fun of it. There's a lot of fun in science.
Let's start at the beginning. The Big Bang. Okay, here, what do you think of this? An atom, right, is mostly nothing. One analogy is it's like a fist in the Albert Hall. So an atom, the size of the Albert Hall, the matter part of it, okay, the nucleus would be a fist. The rest is space, okay? That's one thing. With a fly buzzing around it as the electron, just
Yeah, that's
a
great.
charge. Now, when we look at it on that scale, it's easy to understand that all matter that exists, everything in this universe, was once in the space many, many times smaller than an atom.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. That doesn't. No one. Most people watching this are going, I don't get that. My head hurts. What else is on?
Everything in the universe could be crammed into the tiniest thing imaginable. And that was sitting there in the beginning of time. Right? 15 billion years ago. Right? And then it expanded into a universe in a few minutes.
But was there minutes then?
No.
So we don't know then. We don't know how long it took. Not that it matters, I'm not bothered. It's here now. And that's what I'm saying to you. It's all amazing, that. The Big Bang thing. I've said to you, was it a Big Bang, or was it just because there was nothing else there to drown out the noise? At the end of the day, it's that whole thing, innit? The noise. Was there even a noise if no one's there to hear it? Don't be worrying about all that stuff. Leave it to Stephen Hawking to do it. Of course he can sit there and think about it. He's got nothing else to do. Let him get online. Oh, it's great to think. I like thinking, but my world's too busy. I've always got to be doing other things. He's sat there just thinking. I'd be the same if I was in his shoes. Exactly the same. Thinking, but he's done that much thinking. He's thinking about things now he doesn't need to think about. Pack it in, Steve. Have a rest. Play Pac-Man. Do whatever. Just do something else. Stop worrying about the Big Bang. He's wasting his life thinking about something that doesn't matter. We don't need to know the answer.
He's wasting his life thinking about something that doesn't matter. Good.
It doesn't matter, does it? In your life of things that matter, where would you put the Big Bang?
No, but then where
We're
do you
not
draw
here
the
for
line?
long enough. Well, we're not here for long
But then
enough.
nothing matters then, does it? So
It does, yeah.
What
Things
does?
matter.
What matters?
Well, keeping people happy.
Okay.
You know, looking after people.
So keeping them happy could be giving them life-saving drugs, or feeding a starving world, or letting someone become mobile that was otherwise immobile.
And that's fine. But you're talking about space. When did it start? Where does it end? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You know, it goes on and on and on and on. We know that. Atoms, they're not getting in the way. Stop worrying about them. I read something about some scientists trying to smash one up. What for? They're not in the way. If they were big and I kept bumping into them, I'd smash them up. Break them down. Gravel. Make gravel out of them.
Make atoms so tiny that they're only gravel.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's not an issue. And
Right.
there's loads of problems in the world. There is loads of problems. You mentioned them all, the starvation, all that. And someone's faffing about with an atom. That isn't going to sort anything out.
Some people say mathematics is the tool of science. You need maths to do anything in science of precision.
I believe that. You do. I like doing DIY. I've told you, there's a lot of maths involved. Accuracy.
Right.
That's fine.
Okay. Just taking it slightly even more accurate than DIY. Microsurgery. Putting a man on the moon. The figures had to be
Pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, you see, if we didn't have the numbers, that wouldn't have happened. But all we've done is create something else we didn't need because of something else we've got. We didn't have to put man on the moon. What was he doing? What did he do? Nothing. Has he been back? No, he hasn't. He didn't enjoy it. No one else has gone up there. The only reason, the thing that I've thought of recently when I thought that would be good to go into space again is to get rid of rubbish. That's what I'd do. They're always going on about landfill and everything. It's not good. We can't get rid of all this. Shoot it up there. Stick it into space. It's expanding. There's loads of space. Stick all the shit up there. Don't be sending a man up. I heard that one of them astronauts knocking a golf ball about on the moon. Leave your golf clubs at home and take some shit up with you and tip it.
Yeah. But do you know how much fuel is needed to get a kilogram of something up out of the Earth's atmosphere and into space?
Tell me. He had a golf club with him. A
golf
golf ball.
Okay, but how much rubbish do you think we can really get rid of?
As much as you want.
But how much fuel does it take? I mean, it's a matter of economics as well. Think of the fuel that would take a bin bag full up into space would far outweigh that bin bag being on Earth.
But they keep going into space now. They're not going to the moon. They knock around space, messing with satellites.
Right.
Less astronauts. Couple of bin bags. Chuck some shit up there. And what's good with it is it won't break up. It'll just keep circling. And up there, then, space isn't space anymore. It'll be like a museum. Because there'll be old stuff from years ago. At the moment, we don't save anything, do we? It's all about recycling. Everything's destroyed. There's no evidence of the past. Go into space, it'll be like Antiques Roadshow of shit from the years gone by.
Right. I'd like to see this episode. That's mental, Carl.
It's not mental.
It is mental. How would you get the rubbish up there?
In the rocket.
Yeah, but you don't know anything. Do you know how much fuel it takes to
But
burn?
they're going up anyway. I'm just saying, at least if they're going up there, do something. Do something different. It's space. There's nothing in space. Well, let's put something there. That's what we do as humans. We don't like plain space. We fill it. That's what we do. So just chuck some shit into space. That's all I'm saying. If you're up there, get rid of a few bin bags.
Brilliant. That's space.
There's nothing... Don't you understand what I'm saying? There's nothing...
Yeah, but it's mental. It's everything's wrong with it. It's once again a terrible, flawed theory.
Time machines, they're funny. That's science.
Well, we're sort of going into the future, aren't we, all the time, by
every
definition?
day. Every day we are, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
But I'm talking about people want to do big leaps, don't they?
Yeah.
I met a scientist once, you know, old fella who I met, proper scientist. He said he'd love to get in a time machine.
Patrick Moore.
No, Wolf. Heinz Wolf.
All right.
I met him, he said, I'd love a time machine.
Where would he go, back or
Yeah,
forwards?
back. He said he wanted to go back, because he asked me, he said, where do you want to go? And I said, I think I picked a holiday that I had.
So you went back 5 or 6 years?
Because I knew exactly what I'd be going back to. I enjoyed that week. I'd be going back, I wouldn't have to pay for that holiday, I've already paid for it. It's not like I'm turning up and someone's going, get out, you shouldn't be here. I was there.
So you're going back because you reckon you'll save 400 quid?
Like it's 250. It was a bargain. In Mallorca, a villa, swimming pool, 3 bedrooms.
That's what you'd use a time machine for?
I'm just saying, why do people always have to jump so far
So
back?
hold on then, let me get this straight. Are you going back and it's you now and you've had that 5 years and you're loving it? Oh, I remember doing this. Or are you going back and just reliving it like a memory and no one knows the difference and nor do you? It's like you're just doing it and then you have to...
No, everybody there doesn't know I've gone back in time.
Right. So
Well,
you've come
me-
from the future then?
Yeah, but they don't know that.
No, I know, but you're in your body then, you look like you did then, but actually it's Carl 5 years on.
Yeah, but I'm having the same holiday and I'm going to enjoy it more.
So you're not coming back with going like, oh, Rita, go and get that checked out. And no?
Just having a holiday. But the weird thing is, this professor bloke, he wanted to go back. He said he wanted to go back when, like, cavemen were knocking about to see how they sort of mooched about and how they survived.
See, that to me is
Horrible.
more interesting than going back on a holiday I've already had. I'll be honest.
You wouldn't go back to being a caveman. You'd hate it. You'd be going, oh, God, send me back. And they go, no, you've got to stay here for a bit. It's an expensive
Like
machine.
10,000 years.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is based on new settlers to a new land surviving.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Carl in the week. We were talking about new settlers and everything, and I was thinking, imagine if you had to start a new settlement now, okay? There was something wrong with the world, okay? The world was kaput, okay? And we found another planet. So, Carl, if you had to go to a new planet, don't worry about starting life again. They've got sort of like these breeder clones that do all that, but you can choose 6 people from this world to take to start this whole new world, okay? So you need, you know, as I say, you don't need to
So
worry
what's
about...
happening here? Is this?
It's going to be wiped out, okay? It's going to be wiped out, but there's enough on this spaceship for you and 5 other people, okay? And they've got them there. They've got these sort of breeder clones there, so it's going to be populated. You're going to have the workers, the drones, everything like that. But you want to take 6, I suppose, sort of world lords to teach, to lay down the politics, the teachings, the laws, the government.
I'd hate it. And how long have I got to make a decision on it?
Till the end of this podcast. Right, go. Who do you take? Who's the first person you take, and why?
And where are we going? Mars.
Okay, so a planet where there's an atmosphere.
I've got to know where I'm going because I've got to sell it to the people who I'm asking. There's no point when I go, are you coming with me? Where are you going? I don't know.
It's just like this world. There's oxygen, there's seas, there's rivers, there's forests, there's animals, okay? But we're going to populate it with the human race, and you can choose 6 people to lord over this new kingdom.
You want the best people for the job.
Yeah. So, who's the first person?
Probably Patrick Moore.
Why? Why would you take Patrick Moore?
Just because he knows his way about up there, doesn't he? He'll know the way. So just have him. I think that will, whoever I pick next, if they see that he's going, they'll go, right, you know, it's going to be a long
Moore's
journey as
on
it
board.
is. You don't want someone who's going to be going, is it left here? Is it right? Do you know what I mean?
And he could play the xylophone on the journey.
But
He's a-
Carl
Right.
is more the most useful person to have if you've only got 6, because he may be very useful getting to the planet.
No, but I've
once
always
you got
wanted
there,
to meet him as well. I've always wanted a chat, and that'd be a good chance, wouldn't it, when I'm in a rocket? How long's it taking to get to Mars?
I don't know, a year.
That's what I mean.
No, it's
so,
not Mars, it's somewhere else. Okay, so it's a year to get there, and then...
yeah, well, that's what I mean. So it's a good chance to have a chat with him
Okay.
about stuff.
So
And I
Moore-
think he'd be up for it as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think you know. it's his-
why do you think that?
Just because he's spent his whole life talking about what's going on up there, isn't it? And yet he's never been. And I feel sorry for him. You know, most people when they're into something, they get to go to a place, don't they?
Sure.
People who don't know who Patrick Moore is, he's an 80-year-old astronomer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So let him have a bit of a good life.
So Moore's on board.
Yeah, Patrick Moore. He's on. Right, out of 5 others.
4 others now.
Jamie Oliver.
Why would you take Jamie Oliver?
Just food and that. You need someone, because they say that like you know, you can feel down if you don't eat.
He couldn't convince 8-year-olds to eat a carrot. What's he going to do in this brave new world? They're all going to be on turkey Twizzlers.
I think he's got the right attitude. He wouldn't be faffing about. Remember, we've landed now on this new world.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like. The people who've
Listen,
made
I
me
love Jamie Oliver. I think he's great.
but he wouldn't be in my 5 people to start a new world. That's all I'm saying. Nor would Patrick Moore, because he knew the way.
Well, what chef would you pick?
I wouldn't pick a chef. Why would I pick a chef?
Because you want someone who's going to, like I say, food's important. When you're low, there's nothing better. If you're a bit fed up, there's nothing better than having a good...
But Carl, I don't think you've quite grasped that these people have to start civilization again. They have to be wise people who can make the laws.
Yeah, and before you do all that, you need a good meal. So Jamie Oliver, that's his job. It's like when we get there, that's when he kicks in.
Right.
He's the first one, really,
Can I
who
suggest
gets going.
Just to save 2 places on Patrick Moore and Jamie Oliver, take a map and a cookbook. Okay, who's number 3?
What sort of state is this world in? Does it need...
Oh, it's going to take a fucking gardener. It's like
It's the world, but new.
It's that exactly. It's the world, but new, untouched by humans. There've been no fossil fuels burnt, no machinery, no wars, just this Garden of Eden. And you, Patrick Moore and Jamie Oliver pitch up.
Plus, who else, Carl? Go now. First thought.
Attenborough.
Again, he's a genius, and he's a bit of a hero of mine. But I don't know if we need Attenborough.
Just because I reckon if it's a new world, you're saying it's the same, but they always say, don't they, that all worlds are different. So I'd want him there, just to sort of, when we're roaming around, because we'll all stick together for a bit, won't we? When we're roaming around.
Then they'll be sick of the sight of you. They go, let's lose Carl.
But you've got 2 men so far who've got a combined age of about 150. I mean, if you're starting a brave new world, dare I say it, not going to be around very long. Shouldn't you be taking some younger, fresher blood?
No, not really, because they haven't lived, have they? These have lived, and they can and they're useful, like I say. Patrick Moore's done his bit, he's got us there. Oliver has cooked us a dinner. Day 2, I reckon we'd end that on day 1 there. We'd have a dinner, we'd all have a chat.
I don't think you're thinking of the future.
It's a camping trip.
Exactly, I think you're thinking of the journey, and then the first night. Okay. So you've got David Attenborough, you've got Patrick Moore, and you've got Jamie Oliver, you've got 2 other places.
I get the feeling that you're not so much recruiting people for a new world as I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
As a dinner party with people you'd like to meet that you've seen on the telly. Oh. Come on, 2 more.
I'd take someone who's a bit daft. Just so...
No, you don't need to, Carl.
That's covered, believe us.
Yeah,
no, that's what I mean, though. I don't want them having to go at me going, why are you here? I'd point the attention somewhere else. To take someone else who'd sort of wind them up. So
who's that, then?
Paul Denham, or someone like that.
It really is. I'm a celebrity. So you've got Patrick Moore, you've got David Attenborough, you've got Jamie Oliver and Paul Denham.
They're starting life again.
Okay then, brilliant. Oh God. Right, one more. This is amazing. It's going to be. I'd love to go back and visit this in 1,000 years. What teachings they laid down. Oh God.
Don't know. It'd have to be a woman. I think you got to have a woman in that little group, haven't you? Who's could have another woman chef or.
It's mainly eating.
He's got that covered with Oliver, but now he's got to take Nigella in case he's in a cream cake kind of mood.
Oh God. Delia Smith was furious. She'd packed her bags and everything.
Or a nurse.
Now you're thinking.
Abby Titmus? Carl, I know you like to be kept abreast of all the latest breaking science news. Did you read recently about the blind mice that they have been able to make see again? And hopefully they're whatever they did, which allowed these mice to be able to see again, they're hoping to be able to do with humans in maybe about 10 years' time, or at least begin tests in 10 years' time, which is pretty impressive, isn't it?
How many of these mice did they experiment on?
3, probably.
Right. They were. It wasn't taking place in a farmhouse, was it at all?
I didn't read the intricacies of the.
Did they have
story.
tails? Did they still have their tails?
The 3 blind mice?
Because
I don't know. Again, I'm not sure. Well, what's your concern?
Well, I think I know what happened there.
Really?
Yeah, I think the farmer's wife probably got annoyed at them running after her.
Right.
Uh,
But how could they run after her? Because they're blind.
I don't know. I think they used a sense of smell and hearing. They could hear clogs, and they followed the sound of the big fat clogs.
Right.
But you know, they got their comeuppance. They lost their tails, so now they're blind with no tails. Is that not the story?
I think you confused.
Okay.
Another more recent story
Okay.
with that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll leave that then.
I don't know.
Carl,
But-
thoughts though? That
Extraordinary, isn't it? To be able to. I mean, to be able to cure blindness would be a remarkable achievement in science.
It is, but it's just that thing how they say they've done it on mice and what have you.
yeah.
If I was blind and I went in for the meeting with the doctor,
Yeah.
and they said, "Do you want yours doing?" And then they said, like, "We've done it on mice. That wouldn't be good enough for me." I'd say, look, when the blind fella gets in, don't say we've done it on mice. Just say we've done this on eyes. Because if he goes, "What eyes?" Just say just a pair of eyes.
Yeah.
As soon as you say mouse's eyes, it's like, well, it's not the same, and it sort of, it would make me go, "I'll leave it."
Yeah. And then you wake up and you can see, but you've got very tiny eyes right in the. You've put in mice eyes. I'm scared of cats.
It's just eyes. I think I just don't like having my eyes messed with, and even if I was blind, I wouldn't like it.
Right.